today I have kind of a surprise for you, because as I promised you that every lesson will be different and new, this is always putting fire under my creative fire can. So there are new things that I will share with you today. And you need to be more focused. And soon I'll tell you the surprise. I wait another few minutes for more people to come. Caroline, if you are recording as well, so please, anyway, if you share the recording, begin only now. Like in all, we want people to think that every word we say is a wise word. So all the rubbish we say at the beginning, they will not hear it. Okay, Petrina is here as well. Suzel, Suzel, you are here. Do you hear me, Suzel? Long time no see. Wow. So you have the feeling, the intuition to come on time. Because it's a very, for me, it's a very important and even exciting lesson today. Okay. So from this very moment, we are recorded also on my computer. So as I said before, I promised you that every lesson will create something new. And sometimes there are lessons that I feel this, I would even say, kind of enlightened calling that comes to me. And I decided that I will turn what we already know a little bit, that make it more effective today, to a new therapy method. And in this new therapy method, I will ask you if you want to be here and you are committed to be every lesson for the next 7 lessons. We can learn this therapy, we know a little bit, we understand it, we can train it on ourselves as you and me will be the guinea pigs. And the moment it will work, we will create a certificate. We'll give a certificate to all of you, and also to me, to myself, that we can be therapists in this method. And I think it's really exciting. Are you ready? Do you want, can you commit to be here the next 7 lessons? Do you want to be therapists? Promise, I don't hear your promise. Are you with me? Or you are just floating in the air? So when this will work and we'll see it and we can show that it works on us, we can do it. What is amazing that even until now, when I asked ChatGPT to tell me if it works in the science base, I got a very, very good and positive answer. So we know that ChatGPT is a pleaser, but I think what he wrote and he gave me the scientific base, I think he's right, especially when he's telling me that I'm right. So let's begin. So this new therapy that I'm calling it now, I gave it the name fire. or fire M if you want. It's a combination between future imagery that I was working with this for many, many years, and the REM, the rapid eye movement together. And this combination that today we'll train it first time can be a very, very effective way to heal people. More than we know. And I'll explain and I'll show you also the details and the facts. And we all know more or less to lead future imagery meditation. And we began to learn about REM. Yes, Yani. And today I will show you a protocol that I created, which is a bit different that is written in the books of EMDR. And we'll connect it to the future imagery. And we'll see that it works. I must say that what gave me the boost was your answers the last lesson about EMDR. When you told me that you came from 6, 7, 8, 9 to 1, 0 to 2 or something like this. And we took something which is not really deep in our lives. But today we'll take something which is deeper and we'll do some work deeper. But first of all, let's see what it's all about. And I will share with you the presentation I created today. Are you excited? I'm excited. And I think that it will be really, really, you can say in 10 years from now, the Abby will say, I was there with Shlomo when this happened, when this began. So you will be able to do it. Hopefully, I think more than it happened with SGLA until now, it will attract a lot of attention on this planet Earth. And this is my commitment, to help it to attract a lot of attention. So what is all about? What is the fire, or fire M if you want, therapy? So here you can see. One moment, I want to see also your faces. Cannot see all of you when I'm sharing, but at least some of you. So the fire method. It is future integrated REM experience, combining REM-based trauma processing with future imagery creation, created by Shlomo Shoham. When I put it in ChatGPT, he asked me, who is the creator? So I said, yes, it's me. So this is it, and this is the beginning. Traditional EMDR focuses on desensitization past trauma. Future imagery activates creative neural pathway that shape identity and possibilities. So what I saw here, and I also told you about it, the science-based why future imagery is so important. So the FIRE method bridges past healing with future creation for full neuro-emotional coherence. So the moment we can connect the past healing or healing the past with a with a future creation, this is the place that we create a full neuro-emotional coherence. So it is a coherence between the past and the future in a way that we are looking for the future. We are letting go of the past. We are looking for the future. And by creating this, it's science-based, and we shape our brain in a way that it brings a very, very effective way of healing. And this will be part also of the radical healing that we talk about in SGLA. And for me also, it was like really, really amazing way to realize what am I doing and what is the effects and the benefits of future imagery. Because at the beginning, I began with future imagery many, many years ago, like more than 15 years, I think. And there were only two or three researchers, and more now all over the world. I actually created the first time I put it in a book. And more we understand that it really helps and has an effective way to heal us. So the theoretical foundation is REM and EMDR mediated stimulation promotes memory reprocessing. The memory reprocessing that we'll see soon how it works in the brain. So we connect the memory processing and visualization of desired outcomes engage the prefrontal cortex and increase neuroplasticity. If you read something about neuroplasticity, you know that it's very, very important to keep us young and creative and go all the way. And this is something that really works. So if you combine them together, it is outrageous, I know. So heart-brain synchronization, coherence between emotional and cognitive centers, enhance integration. So it goes back to the heart-brain synchronization that we are talking about, a lot about it, that came, that from actually from Greg and also from Gaia. But at the end of the day, this coherence between emotional and cognitive centers in the brain enhance integration. So we are integrating two centers of the brain. One is the more cognitive and the other is the emotional. And by connecting them together, it is really effective healing for the body. So this is the theoretical foundation. And here you can see quite easily how it works. So first of all, we all know about the amygdala, where there is the fear or the emotion center. And our amygdala is feeling that it is attacked, then the traumas happen. And when the traumas happen, there is some kind of imagine kind of a scratch on the brain. And whenever we hear a word or we see somebody or we see some kind of a trigger, the emotion that we felt at that time of the trauma comes back to us. And when it comes back to us, it is really again and again and again a trauma. And we want to heal the trauma. So this is the amygdala. In the hippocampus, this is the memory integration. So after we go and we are able to release the emotions, the connection between the trigger and the emotion in the amygdala center, the hippocampus create the memory integration. We will remember this place, we will remember what happened, but it will not be connected so intensely and maybe not connected at all with the emotions. So we know this is the hippocampus. We know the prefrontal cortex, which is decision and planning, which is more in a way, the decision part is more logical way, let's say. But the planning is to look for the future. So all the planning has to do with creating our desired future. Precuneus is self-future identity. The precuneus is a place in the brain. You can all invited to look at it and see where it happened, where it really physically in our brain. I don't remember exactly to tell you where it is, but this is the place that we are looking into ourselves and to our future identity. This part of the brain is more activated. When we are sleeping, it's not activate. When we are under drugs, it's don't activate. And so this is something that the body has to be in a special energy to activate this place. And this will happen by the future imagery meditation. So the key mechanism, as you can see, bilateral stimulation during REM enables pre-encoding of emotional memory and enhances neural connectivity. So this is a very, very effective way to heal ourselves, to heal our brain, and to let go of past traumas, even PTSD. So these are the six stages of the FIRE protocol. I showed you a little bit last lesson. Now it's more clear and focused. So first of all, mapping. When you see a patient, so you have to identify the roots, memory, and desired future self. Two things. First, you do what is the root memory, which is the place of before the therapy, the place of the traumas or the, let's say, PTSD or the triggers. And then you have to map within yourself what is your desired future self. How do you see it? What is the desired future self? So what is all about? And we do it, I will show you today how we do it at the beginning. And then we do the REM processing, moving the eyes, and also three. It is the sound, it is the moving of the eyes, and the feeling of your hands. So when you feel and you move the eyes to the right, and you feel it on your hands, and you listen to the sound, when you do these three, then something is moving to your right side, and then you do it to the left side, it will go to the left side. The way I see this protocol, there are many, many ideas or suggestions how to do it and how many times. In this lesson, we'll do it 21 times, and we'll do it at least 3 or 4 times. And I will tell you why, and I will show you how it works. So the resource installation, embedded empowering beliefs, the future imagery, experience the desired future, body anchoring, integrate the sensation of strength, closure and future contract, declare new identity. So we want to come to the situation that in the same place that you feel the trauma, the same moment after this therapy, in a short time, very short time, you can still think about this situation, this trigger, and feel that you are safe. This is what we want to do. The moment you can look again to this picture that was part of your traumas or child traumas or whatever, and you feel safe, at that very moment, we come closer to your healing. So the last one is closure and future contract, declare new identity, as I told you before. So at the end, we do the work. We declare, and we'll do it on the chat, that we are now having a new identity in this particular part or situation or event in your life. These are six. There are many more, but more we'll do in the lesson. We will see the details. So the neuroscientific evidence are that REM reprocessing enhances connectivity between emotional and executive brain regions, what we said before. Imagery-based rehearsal strengthen prefrontal pathways and emotional regulation. Combined approach leads to higher neural coherence and sustained transformation. So when we do this and this together, as you see, this is, I think, the main invention of this method, that when they are together, they lead to a higher neural coherence and sustained transformation. So you can do the EMDR several times, and you can see kind of results. But the moment you take this to see your desired future, the moment you make it like anchor it in your future imagery, at that moment, it leads to a higher neural coherence and sustained transformation. So expected outcomes are emotional relief and integration of past traumas, increased clarity, creativity, and purpose. We're all about all those we were talking already many times, but now you can see how it works. And deepened sense of safety and empowerment. And then activation of the future self network in the brain. So when we are activating the future self network in the brain, all of a sudden we anchor this so we can remember the situation that we had the trauma, and what will come to us instead of the fear will come to us the understanding that our future self is better, is safe, etc., and we can create it. And this will bring, instead of the bad stuff to our brain, to our heart, it brings the feeling and the knowing that this is totally okay and more than okay. That this is the way that we created our desired future in our mind today. And this is the way we can help to go out in the present and also really create the desired future. And this is quote I wrote from Ibn Ezra. I translated it with ChatGPT, and it's nice. The past has vanished, gone away. The present fades without delay. The future's still a dream to find, so why let worry cloud the mind? This Ibn Ezra wrote it many years ago. He's a Jewish sage, and in Hebrew it's also in rhymes, and I love it because at the end of the day, if you see the past already passed, the future didn't come yet. So why worry? Because the present all the time, this moment is the present, and the next moment is the present, and the next. Okay. This is in a nutshell the whole theory. Do you like it? Are you ready to be my guinea pigs, or I will be guinea pig with you together? Yes. So the worst that can happen, that it will heal us. So it's worth to invest. And what can happen, that we can be really great therapists. Because I think these tools that the future imagery we already know, and we touch a little bit the EMDR, and we combine them together, can be really great one. I will ask you, yes, Teresa, I want to say something.
Does this have the potential to involve physical healing as well? Because it's doing more than the emotional.
Sure.
Yeah.
It will be cognitive and emotional and physical. And physical, if you take something in your body now, for example, that you are suffering from something, pain. And there is a lot to say about pain, but just for now, the moment you take it as the trigger and you work on it, you can see like magic. And all these are supported by science. You know, there are many, about EMDR, there are a lot of researchers that says that EMDR is the most effective way to heal traumas, and it works very fast and it works all the way. As you all know, Abby knows it, I think, and all the other maybe he was healers already with this. So when you put on this the future imagery, that what we will do today, then let's see. We know what happened last week. Now today we'll take something bigger in our lives. We'll take some time to meditate, to look inside, and to choose something that's really important for us. And it's okay even to bring up what you want to work on it. But I don't want to scratch the wounds. This is the first thing that I was teaching you before. So I will not go to Elizabeth or to Renee or to everybody else to really go into this situation. For example, I'm not giving you as an example, Elizabeth, but for you, let's say it's a car accident or for somebody else, it's something else. I need to tell you, look at the car accident, but don't go into it with the emotional part. So when I begin to do it, I do it in a way that we just bring it to the memory. The moment we brought it to the memory, we'll do the exercise of the REM. And the moment you do the exercise of the REM, at that very moment, we're already letting it go out of the body. And then what I did, even not intentionally last time, but we'll do it now deeper, we go and we see the situation again when our future self is there. We see the future, we see how we are without this trauma, or how we are creating our desired future. In a way, when we do it together, we just fix it in our brain in a way that wherever we will remember this kind of situation, it will help us to release and to go and to be healthy at the end. At the end, maybe I said to Isabel, the problem that if we all be normal, it will be boring. So maybe let's go for it for a while and then go further. Okay, questions, comments. Let's give it a time. Yes, Elizabeth.
I have a question. And I haven't understood this, but if you have a trauma that's helping you to awaken, and somebody takes that, like heals you, takes that away, then that, as far as I've understood it, is considered not a very good thing. So I'm just wondering how all of that fits together. I'm not worried about it in respect to this. I'm just trying to understand that aspect of healing. So
We have to understand. I will comment on this in a way
yeah.
that I will explain it. We think, especially in the spiritual way, that every trauma we have in this lifetime is our lesson. But everything that happens in our lifetime is also a lesson. So we are not addicted to the suffering. The moment God or creation or some God gave us this lesson. So I can imagine that you are asking yourself, what is the lesson you got from these car accidents, for example? But it is also your lesson because you met me or you met us and you learn what you learned today. So this is part of the lesson. And this is part that existence gives you now a reward, I would say, or a way to go out of this. We should we went through our traumas, but we are not doomed to live these traumas for the rest of our life. And I can assure you that other maybe will come as well. So don't be worried. Things will come and go, and traumas will come.
Why?
No, I'm not a. It's a
So,
joke. It's a joke. But what I want to say, just listen,
yeah,
that you are not addicted to the suffering,
yeah.
and the suffering is part of your life story and of lessons that existence gives you. And the moment you meet radical healing or you meet therapy, at that very moment, this is also a lesson that God gives you. And God is telling you, maybe try to let go of it. Maybe see if it works. And I mean, I'm sure that this is the way, this is what I feel also in my life. So I will work on my traumas as well here now when we live together.
No, I agree on that totally. I don't disagree on that at all. I think we should be liberated of suffering. I just I listened to somebody who became very powerful and also taught other people to be powerful. So they had the power to heal other people of very serious illness, and they expressed that they would be very concerned if they used those powers to heal people of, for example, cancer or anything, if that disease was what they needed to wake up. And I've been thinking about it, and I still don't have full understanding of it.
So maybe you can understand it logically, but in your emotional part cannot understand it. You are not a victim. God brought you to this planet to be a human being, to enjoy life. And it doesn't mean that there are no sad things and sad parts, we are working on them. But the moment you know that this is part of your calling, and part of your calling is to be able to heal other people, then the work goes also to yourself. Then you begin to heal yourself, and then you can heal others. And sometimes my belief system as well, but I don't know that you can heal more when you heal yourself, because you know that it works. But I'm teaching you, all what I'm teaching you is something that came from me. I know I'm looking inside, and I know what my traumas were and how I'm now. And this is the way that proves me that this way we can go. Yes, for sure, you have to ask every patient, do you want to let go of this trauma? If people tell you we don't want to let go, and sometimes they don't want to let go, and even they don't say it to you, but you feel it, then maybe you don't heal them. But if somebody comes to you and says, please heal me, and then I think this is part of existence, part of your lesson. But I think Isabel has a better answer for me. No, Isabel?
I just would like to share the way I see it as a therapist. No one heals us. No one. It doesn't matter who it is. There is no one who has the power to heal us if we don't shift our consciousness and acceptance to that healing. So whoever it is, let's say God in the body of Jesus or whoever, even Jesus cannot heal a person if that person doesn't open the heart to that shift of consciousness and healing. That's why the doctors, they cut something. But if the healing, the internal healing is not done by the patient, there is no healing. There is just something that was cut off, and the problem will come up again in some other way. So Shlomo is giving the tools for our inner healing. And according to how we accept, how we resonate with them, because also not all the tools resonate with us, but according to how we resonate and how we open ourselves to that tool, so it can be the fire method, the future imagery, whatever meditation, then when we open ourselves to that, we can bring the healing. But even the healing has different layers. It is not everything at once. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it takes longer. For example, in hypnotherapy, if I have a patient who doesn't want to forgive, even if I give with a hammer in the head, there's nothing I can do. Only when that person decides, okay, I want to forgive, that's the healing done. I'm not the one who did it, the person did it. That person healed himself or herself on the moment that they forgave. So no one heals us. We heal ourselves from the moment that we accept the internal healing. And the healing can be emotional, physical, whatever.
Yes.
Thank you.
So just to warn you, if they really don't want to heal, don't put a hammer in their heads, please. This is not part of the tools. Okay. Another question. Yes, Abby.
So part is a question and part is a response to this question that Elizabeth has is my understanding of what happens when we're traumatized is we go into the survival, the amygdala part of the brain, because we're wired for survival. But what doesn't happen is the left and the right hemispheres, the creative and the analytical, stop talking to each other. And that's where the trauma gets stuck. So it's almost, you say it like a scratch, but for me, it's like it's not processed. It's a memory that never got processed. So because our survival mechanism is so strong that whenever that trigger comes, whether it's a sight, a smell, a sound, whatever it is, whenever that trigger comes, we go back into the survival mode, even though we're not there anymore physically. Our brain says, oh, I remember this. I have to be careful now. Something bad is going to happen because it happened last time. And that's the way we're wired. So when we do this work where we go back and forth, we are connected with the memory. And this is where my question comes in. Because when I learned to do this, I was told to go back into the feeling and the whole memory, like every part of it. And because when our left and our right hemispheres get a chance to talk to us in a place of safety, they work it out. And it's part of, there's a hypnosis technique where you use your hands to do that. So we put the two parts of the brain together. They work through the process. Now the memory doesn't really exist anymore. And that's where the numbers reducing comes in, because we've worked it out. And that to me is like growth. And this goes to what Isabel was saying about you can't make someone heal, because the way that we grow from children, one step at a time, nobody can make us learn to do that. We have to learn to take those steps. And that's with everything that we process in our life. So even though like we might want to do this thing, we still have to do the work to get there. So if somebody takes the trauma away, that just allows us to take the next step and the next step and the next step. With the future imagery meditation, it brings us into the future. So we bypass all of the beliefs that we had held, that we made real when we were in the trauma, and we thought this is the way the world is. But that's a lie that we told ourselves in order to survive that moment. It's not the truth of what's possible for us. But we can't do it in mega jumps unless people have been doing that in their mind ahead of time. Most of us are kind of, well, depends on the level of trauma. We're stuck where we're stuck, and we need to find what the next step is and the next step. And that will all be provided because everything is there for us when we're ready. And so that was my question, Shlomo, in that was and it was my caution from last time, where I was told until I was properly trained, and that's because you don't know what's buried in somebody that might come out. But but I did it with someone who was very violent, volatile when they were at the worst, and it worked better than it did with me, who had suppressed all my emotions. So I don't know.
First of all, I want to comment on your first part. So, for example, I had a fear of height. So I came into the elevator, and what made me really, really anxious and in trauma was the number of this little picture in the elevator that it didn't threaten me. Logically, it's really crazy to think that this number will say something. And especially, when you go to these skyscrapers, so you go up and you cannot really say if you are in the 35th floor or 36th floor. And there was something in my mind, even when I trained it, that let's say at the beginning, until the third floor, I couldn't go more. And then at the seventh floor, and then up to the 20th floor, it was okay. So what is the difference between the 20th and 21? There is nothing like, so there is something stuck within me with the fear of height because of this trauma that interpreted something which is, I cannot even explain it. Some trauma into numbers that I see on this, I don't know how do you call it, this window in the elevator that you see the numbers.
Display.
So this is really, yes. So this is one thing. And about your second question, I totally believe that our psyche and also our body is not touching the places that it cannot contain at that very moment. I know that everybody, especially in psychology, tell you, beware, you will touch this. And at the beginning, I was really scared as a therapist. If I will touch Caroline's button somewhere inside and she is not ready, something gonna happen, and I will really make some damages. My teacher, Viresh, told me always, it is more fear of the therapist. And yes, sometimes, yesterday, I had an interview with a woman that want to come to the program. And she is, never mind, I won't talk about her. But at the end, I didn't accept her because I felt that for her, it won't be okay. And you ask me how I can prove it? I cannot. It is only based on my guts. So I'm trusting you and I trust myself. And never in my life, thank God, that what I know, I didn't create any harm to anybody by being a therapist. So I'm trusting you here. And yes, it's a courageous step that I'm doing also with myself, that you will not create any damages.
That makes sense. That makes sense to me because I see where in myself I would work on what I was ready to work on, and the next time I'd work on something else. And now I can work on things that I was terrified. And what you're saying about the numbers difference in the elevators, that to me, that's like coming from somewhere, something in your childhood before you remember. And when you feel safe, you'll remember and you'll work on it and it'll go away.
Yes. So there is, we say prima non nocere. The first clause that every doctor learns, first of all, don't do any harm. So we are following this. If you feel that you can create any harm, don't go there. But if you feel you can help, but you're afraid to create any damage, go. Look inside yourself and see if it is fear. So love is letting go of fear. Connect all your body, create this transformation within yourself, bring love to the situation. If you feel that you can create damages, don't go. And this is something that I trust you, and we all have to trust ourselves. And God forbid, thank God I didn't do it in my life. I don't know it. The same when I was a judge for many cases, I didn't have any case that I sent somebody to jail and then they found somebody else who did this murder or this something. So this was really my luck, I would say. But yes, sometimes maybe it can happen. The question is if we use our healing power together here, we are here now 14 people, but there will be more and more because it will go all over the world. And when you use it, you can help so many people. So at the end of the day, it is kind of a risk that we have to take. So when you go to anybody to heal, for example, I see Promise in front of my eyes, and Promise is almost sleeping now. And he tells me, please help me, Papa, help me. I want to go, let go of something. I will not go there. I know I cannot trust him. I know I'm joking. So just to wake you up, Promise. So this is, I feel, and the reason I came today with this and not a year ago, because today it happened. And today I feel that I can trust you more. Because actually the knowledge I had before, but something within me didn't came until this very moment. So this is always like this, always like this, always like this. And yes, if you're a therapist, you may make mistakes. And we are not therapists at all. There is a friend of mine who is Zen Buddhist teacher. And he said, first of all, you have to kill the therapist and the patient. You have to kill them because we are not have any title. It's both of us in the same room and we are human beings and we help each other. That's all. As Isabel said before, you want to heal yourself? I'm here with you. I'll give you the tools. And all what we are learning today is a tool. And yes, Isabel, compassion is good. You always speak about compassion. That's right. Okay, are you ready? Yes, Teresa.
I have a question about if you have a person who recalls the trauma, but then immediately, like, it's a very thin line between recalling it and then feeling the emotion of it. And how would you help someone who's like immediately going into the emotion if you want them to stay just at recollection level?
The technical way, the tool, is very simple. It's very simple because, as you see today, and you saw also last lesson, you don't stay long time in this place. So even if you have a trauma, like today, before I was talking to Elizabeth about the car accident. So if I go to the car accident and ask her what happened, how it happened, tell me what did you see, what were the emotions, I'm going deeper. Sometimes, as Abby said, maybe there are teachers that says that you have to go deeper. I don't think so. As I told you about the plant, don't try to work on the old tree, go to the new plant and water it. So it's timing. And you will see the protocol will be in time. So you will have now, for example, us. We'll take one trauma of ourselves. We'll put it on the chat. Immediately afterwards, after you tell the story and only the story, we go into the therapy. And yes, for sure we want to work with the emotions because there are emotions underneath and we want to work them. This is what we are doing. But I will not go with this to you and go into it. And I'll give you an example. I was a judge and there are cases of harassment and abuse, horrible, that came to me. And I didn't let the lawyers to ask too many questions because I thought that the damage they can create by this question in the courtroom is worse than the whole what happened before. So this is something that it's important. Don't go too much into it. Yes, Abby, I wanted to say something.
Yeah, when I was saying going into the emotion, it wasn't to like tell the whole story. It was just enough for the person to feel it. So um, when I was the client in the therapy, he would ask me, did I have something I want to work on? I could tell him or not tell him. It didn't matter. It's you don't need to use the words. You just need to know for yourself what it is you're working on. Right. So this is one of the reasons I love this therapy is because, like I said, I worked on people who were like insanely violent at the moment. And I just could say, do you want me to tap on you? And they knew what that was. And I could just start doing it. And they would go and they would clear that. And then they'd go from that memory to another memory to another memory and just clear a whole bunch of things. And I didn't have to say anything. I just had to pay attention to them and track where they're at.
And we will work in this tool today by asking you numbers. We work with numbers like we did last week, but I'll do it in a different way a little bit, in a different way that EMDR is doing it. So I will ask you, when you look at this trauma, what do you see underneath? You see like it's from 1 to 10, it's 9, it's 8, 7, and then we begin to work. So you don't have to tell me your whole story or your whole trauma, but you look inside and you yourself know how much trauma is there. And for example, I will do this for myself today. And this fear of height, I still don't know where it came from. I know a little bit. I know that it came from my grandfather at the time, his reincarnation. And he was in the gas chambers. And I saw this once and I saw. So maybe it comes from there, I don't know. And I still have it. Not as I had before, but I have it still. So the moment I will ask myself, what do you see? And I'll give it a number. Even now, when I'm closing my eyes and I look inside, I can see it. So it's easy to go there. As I said, don't scratch the wounds. This is what is important. And then we'll go from there. Another comment, another question, or we can go on. Yes, Robin.
Um, just two comments, really, and thank you so much for doing this. Um,
You have to
one
tell
is,
them. You have to tell them that it's because of you, mainly because of you.
I didn't even think you read the email, but yay! Okay, thank you. No, it just seemed like the new plant to plant, right? Just like you were saying. Um, oh, thanks. But what came to me when you were talking about the numbers was what came to me last week, like the numbers in the elevator going up. It it's about like control. It goes back to control. It's the removal of our footing to the ground and what that means to us inside our ourselves to be that much more removed. And that's what I was trying to say last week that came to me about in my moments of reactivity. It's really about trying to maintain control maybe, but I'm having a hard time thinking of a trauma to address. I just want to deal with that trigger of the disrespect or the disregard or some of this, so many similar things we all have. But that aside, the story that keeps coming up for me that I want to share with everyone, especially with you, Elizabeth, is the story of the guy who's drowning or who's in a boat situation and he's holding on and he's in the water and he's saying, please, God, help me. And then a boat comes by and he says, no, I'm waiting for God. And the plane comes by and he's saying, no, 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 I'm waiting for God. So that's the story that just came to me when everyone was talking, and it just keeps coming up. And I'm like, why do I need to say it? But I felt the need to say it, so I'm saying it. And thank you.
Thank you all. Okay. So let's begin. So what we'll do now, I want to say something about the phobias, but let's leave it now. Let's go into it. So I think this is the first chance for all of us as guinea pigs to really go into our real traumas. Last lesson I asked you to do is to take some trigger, a simple trigger or something, not really something that hurts you so much. And I will say also something because also Isabel triggered within me something. Thank you, Isabel. Sometimes we are addicted to our traumas. Sometimes our traumas are giving us a lot of attention. So if Isabel was not going to the sauna when she was in the retreat, she didn't get so much attention like she get when she went to the sauna. And I don't know what she was thinking then or not, if she is like everybody, not like everybody, or things like this. But I know that these kind of things are giving us attention. And we are sometimes addicted to the drama and addicted to this attention. Because if I let go of this fear of height, for example, unfortunately, I can be a simple person. What will happen? Some main thing in our life will disappear. So sometimes it's the, as you said, Debbie, is the trauma underneath, something that happens to us in this lifetime, past lifetime. But sometimes it's just the way we see ourselves and the way we show ourselves in society. And there is a fear underneath that if we lose this, something of our identity will disappear. So the answer is you're all sacred and nothing will disappear from your real sense, from your real essence. Okay, let's go. Suzelle wasn't here for a long time. You want to say something before we begin? Afterward, you will not have to. So you can share with us. We will share also in the chat about our trauma. What do you want to let go? So let's put our feet on the ground and we begin with the meditation, which is not the future imagery, but a simple meditation to find out on what trauma we want to work today. That's all. And we trust whatever will come to us that this is what we want to work. For example, this fear of height that came to me now, I will work on this. And we look inside. I want you very quickly just to jump into a hole in the ground, an empty hole in the ground. Imagine that you are jumping into the hole and the hole is very deep, very deep, very deep, and you fall down and down and down and down and down and down and more all the way, and you are scared, really scared. And when you feel this fear within you, something will bump up. Some story will come to you. Some fear will come to you. Some trauma will come to you. I want you to just let yourself fall down and see what comes there. And the deeper you go in, the deeper you fall in, the source of the trauma will be shown up to you. So let's do it again. We stand now on the ground and we jump over the edge. 1, 2, 3, jump. Fall down, fall down, fall down, fall down, fall down, fall down, fall down. And let it come to you, 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 let it come to you. Come! Stop. Slowly from this very moment, I want you to stay there emotionally, but slowly just to open your eyes and share in the chat. What came to you that you want to release it today? That's all, very simple. And open your eyes and write it in the chat. When you have a patient, you listen to the whole story. Now, because it's a lesson, we can do it only this way. We jump down into the hole within ourselves and we look what comes out. Okay, Amy. Where was the time that you didn't feel safe in your life?
Jumping in the hole. No, it's also birth.
Okay. So just take it out and write it in the chat. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Petrina. Thank you, Renee. Thank you all. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you, Teresa. Caroline, you can say, where did you feel that you don't trust or you're not trusting you? Just one sentence of this story. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you very much, Elizabeth. Thank you, Promise. Okay, thank you, Caroline. Thank you, Charlotte. Okay. Now I want you to write number. Everybody write number. When he looks in the eyes to this trauma, to this memory that is stuck in our mind, give me a number. Usually I say from 1 to 9. My number is 10, which is really very deep. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, Promise. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Veronica. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you, Abby. Thank you, Katrina. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, Charlotte, as well. Charlotte, you gave me a number? Yes, okay. What we do now, we do it in a different way that we did last week. You just take this trauma and you put it in your mind. And you will listen to the metronome. But also with the metronome, you will listen to the noise that your hands are making. So thank you, Abby, for this remark last lesson. So when I do this on my table, I hear my right ear hears it. When I do this, my left ear hears it. What we will do now, we will not move our head at all. Sorry, we will not move our eyes. We look, for example, for me, it's easy to look at Caroline's nose. It's okay for you, Caroline? So I'm looking at Caroline's nose and I'm moving my head. I move my head to the right and I do this. I move my head to the left and I do this. So it's also the feeling, the touch that I feel in my hands, the sound in my right and left. No, not like you do, Caroline, the opposite. You stick in my nose and then you move your head. The opposite what we did last time. This, I know when I was dealing with kind of a dizziness, it's a very good exercise anyway for the dizziness. Then it's better. So you have the movement of the eyes, but the eyes are staying in the same place and you just move your head. So they're not staying, sorry, but they are moving from the right to the left by moving the head. Let's try it once, all of us. I do, this is right. I do this, I want everybody to do it. Yes.
I'm sorry. You said don't move your eyes or do move your eyes?
You have to move your eyes anyway. It was my mistake. Move your head. So when you stick looking at my nose and you move your head, the eyes are moving. You understand? Okay. So let's try all of us. I want to see you. Promise, wake up. Are you awake? Okay, sorry. So what I'm doing this. Just bear with me. One. I do this. I look to. Sorry. I do this. I move my head to the right, and I still look at Caroline's nose. And then I do this. I move my head. I look at Caroline's nose, but my eyes are on the right. And again, 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 and again. So take something in the screen in front of you that you can fix your eyes. You look all the time at one point, and then you move your head, and then you still stay in this. You see that I'm still looking at it. Don't move it. Yes, thank you, Isabel. But no. This is something else for the EMDR, but not this one. We do something else. You can just pick some point on the screen. You can take the wheel of Robin. You can take the great suit of Suzelle, sorry. You can do whatever, just a place, and then you move your head. Let's try it for a moment, and then we'll begin. And I will stop you. I will count to 21, and maybe it will be once time, two times, or three times, and then we'll stop. Take a deep breath. I will not use the metronome now. I want you to use your hands just to clap. So first of all, before we move our head, clap right. Do you hear this? Yes? And left. Right and left. Do you hear me as well? Okay. So let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, go. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. We need to train this because it's not easy in front of the screen. But we'll do it several times now. And at the end, we'll do it very fast. Now we do it slowly. Okay? Everybody who succeed to do it, raise your hand. Thank you. Teresa, you did it? Okay. Okay. Let's just do it again. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, 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 left, right, left, 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 right, right, slowly, right, left, right, left, right, left, left. Close your eyes. Let's do it the third time. We'll begin slowly, just to train ourselves. This lesson is just more for the training. Okay. I look at Teresa's face, and I always keep looking at her, moving my head. Again. Right, left, 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 right, 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 left, 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 right, left. Stop. This is just a training. To all of us who have phobia, and actually most of it is phobia. If you cannot trust, look at the place or the birth or wherever that you don't trust. I'm imagining myself going to the 83 floor. 83rd floor. Isabel will think about snakes in front of her now, full of snakes around you in the room. And you put it up. Elizabeth, I don't know what was there, but everybody will put it up, and then we'll do it again 3 times, and again we will close our eyes after. Okay? So I'm in the elevator, 83rd floor. Everybody has his own thing. Take a deep breath, and then relax. And begin again. Right, right. Right, right, left, 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 right, left. Stop. Close your eyes. Look inside. And again, I want you to create this image in your mind now, and we'll do it the second time now. Begin slowly. Right, left, 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 right, right, left, left, huh, 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 Stop. My elevator now is the floor 34. Bring it again. And we'll do now last time for today. But I realized from my experience that we do it faster, it works better. So we begin slowly. If you can do only slowly, do it slowly. But if you can do it faster, it works better until you feel dizziness. You feel some dizziness when you do it really fast. But that's okay. Okay, let's go with me. Yes, Yanni, you are right. Let's take a sip. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, 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 left, Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Imagine that you are on the seashore, going up to your future imagery, to your paradise. And as if you are sitting on a missile, you go straight to the sky. And in the sky, you go up and up and up. And although you are high, you feel safe. You feel the love that there is in this room. And you can see from far, far away, your future self is coming to you. The best future self you can imagine. The happiest futures. The full of joy. The more relaxed futures. And you say to yourself when you meet your future self, you say to yourself, I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. And you see your future self coming towards you when she is feeling safe, totally and relaxed. And when she hugs you, you became one. You and your desired future. You are one. You are one. You are one. And in each and every cell of your body now, you can feel your future self within you. Amazing, amazing, amazing feeling. And now you say to yourself, we are safe. We are safe. We are safe. Say it, we are safe. And then you come back to yourself because you are one now. And you say, I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. Everything is okay. 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 And now when you are there, totally safe, I want you to remember what was your trigger. And you can feel the trigger comes to you. And you can see it. And all these emotions has gone away. You just see it and you remember what it was something in your past. It's not valid anymore. It's not here. And you take a deep, deep breath. You assimilate it to your body. And when you let go, oh, everything is flowing out. And your body becomes safe, very peaceful. And you are still in the sky, flying, happy, relaxed, free, totally free. You want to go to the right, you go to the right. You want to go to the left, you go to the left. You can still see the situation, but it doesn't bother you anymore. You see it from above. You see it from far, far away. You see it from a relaxed place, from a safe space. Yes. And you can feel slowly, slowly in your third eye, something is happening in your forehead. And you feel that you can connect to your pineal glade. There is a place that tells your brain that he is healed now. Take a deep breath. You're relaxed. And you're still in the sky. And slowly, slowly, you decide to come back to this planet. And you come back with your future self within yourselves, in your new body. And you caress your body now, all your body, wherever you feel to touch. If it's okay for you, touch also your genitals and sexual parts to let go of all the traumas that were there. And then touch your first chakra and second chakra. And go to the solar, relax your belly, relax your womb, and go up. Go up, touch your neck, very gently caress yourself. Touch your lips, and then take your right hand and touch your third eye. And stay there for a moment. Feel your third eye, your pineal glade is totally new. We are creating it now, totally new. And you feel the energy you give to your brain, that your brain can relax. And the connectivity in your brain becomes amazing, amazing, beautiful. And you can see both hemispheres are now together. And your pineal glade allowing you to look inside. And you can see that even if you tell yourself the name of the trauma that you already forgot almost, you can see nothing happens within you. Your heart became still is peaceful. Your brain is creating more and more peace. The hormones of oxytocin are there. Serotonin is there. We are creating our desired future right here, right now. And then we hug ourselves and we feel a rush of oxytocin comes into us. And our heart becomes more and more and more open. And imagine that we are hugging this family that are here with us. You can imagine everyone, that you approach everybody and you hug him or her, and you feel at home. You feel totally at home. Totally, totally at home. And now the neuroplasticity of the brain becomes amazing, amazing. And you know that you can create, we can create our brain just the way we want. And at that very moment, we are ready to let go of all the past. become one with you and one with the universe. Slowly, slowly, you touch your eyes now. You thank your eyes for the work they are doing for you. And you tell them, my eyes, thank you. Please, 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 let me see this world from now on. Totally new. Let me see my body totally new. Let me see my feelings and emotions totally new. As if we are now having our birth, coming back to the planet. And then slowly, slowly, you let go of your head, you look at the ground, you open your eyes, and when I count to 10, you will see yourself sitting on your chair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slowly, slowly, raise your eyes to the screen and tell me what do you see and what do you feel. Yes, Teresa, I also get double vision, but let's talk about it later. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Abby. Thank you, Renee. Wow, Yanni, thank you. Thank you, Isabel. Okay, I will give you some magic words that you say to the snakes, and they run away. Thank you, Promise. Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, Petrina. Yes, Caroline, I feel too. I will share with what I felt as well. So thank you, Teresa. Thank you. Expansive and limitless, Veronica. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Elizabeth. Yes. Okay. First, I will share with you what I felt this time. The highest floor that I've ever been in my life was the 38th floor. My daughter was working there and I went there. I took a tranquilizer before I went because it was so. Now I saw myself easy in the 51st floor, 51, which is amazing. And Caroline, I want to thank you because what helped me, I was looking at you and doing this. And I felt when I was in the 34th floor or something, that I need a hug, and I felt you hugging me. So it was really something very deep, and I want to thank you for that. And yes, there is still little doubt in me because I have to go there and do it. Yes, now it's easy to do it when I'm sitting here. But I know, I felt totally that something in my brain changed. And this is also when I'm doing it very fast. Usually, if you do it really fast, you get a little bit dizzy and then you see double, as Teresa said. And that's okay. But the more I did it, the more I felt my pineal gland really, really open more and more and more. And all of a sudden, I felt this energy. Really, something went out of my brain, really flew away. And now, even, I cannot recall the past. So it may come back, and it will come back maybe. But I know now how to do it. Wherever I go in the elevator, I'll do like this. Everybody will think that I'm crazy, but I'll do it. And here I have an answer for something that was limiting me a lot in my life. I was working on this, as you know, but yes, REM is rapid eye movement, Yani, and it is like when you sleep, there is certain place in the theta and delta, I think theta time, that you really have this movement. When you do this, it really helps a lot. And when I had vertigo, one of the therapists, physiotherapists, amazing guy, taught me to do it. He said you have to do it until you feel dizzy, and then never stop at once. Then you do like this, and then begin to do it slower and slower and slower. And he said this will transform your brain, and it helps. So as I do all my life, I'm combining everything I know to one point. So amazing. Wow, I feel really, really free. I decided to do the exercise with you because if I do them and I trust Shlomo Shoam, maybe he's right, so maybe it can help me as well. So what I want you now to do, everybody, you wrote in the chat, but I want you to share with us. What do you feel? I will not ask you about numbers today. Maybe yes, maybe I'll ask you. From 1 to 10, what is the number now that you feel still the trauma? And then tell me what is the number that you feel safe and relaxed. So you have to write two numbers. Trauma number, strength number. Let's begin with the trauma number. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Charlotte. Wow. Thank you, Yanni. Thank you, Veronica. Wow. Thank you, Suzelle. Wow. Abby. Wow. I'm zero now. I'm still skeptic what will happen tomorrow, but now I'm zero. That's okay, promise. You have to say the number. Yes. Thank you, Yanni. Thank you, Petrina. Petrina, you feel zero safety? The opposite.
Yeah, I was on a scale of 0 to 9. 0. Yeah, I feel 9 safety. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Teresa. Yes. You may listen to the recording. I asked Caroline to record as well, so we'll have recording now. And I want you, from you, everybody, including me, will do it at home at least once the coming week. Okay. Thank you. Now we have still enough time. I want us to close our eyes again and to put our hands on our heart. What I want us to do now, again, I want you to look these amazing feelings of safety into our body. So what I want us to do is to imagine our feet in the ground, and begin by looking at the roots coming down, down, down to the center of the earth. You put your feet barefoot on the ground and you look inside. And then you can see that your body is supported, that the center of the earth and the whole planet is supporting us every moment. And you go up from the ground to your feet. Feel your feet on the ground. Open the fingers of the foot as much as you can and feel that the space your body is touching the ground becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. Feel it as if you have a huge, huge barefoot, huge, huge foot. And you stand very, very stable. And from there you can feel the energy of safetiness comes to your feet, to your legs, and goes up and up and up and up from the twin muscle up to your knees. You take a deep breath and you can feel that your knees are standing on the ground very, very stable. Take in breath and out breath through your mouth. Relax your jaws and feel the safetiness comes to your body. From your knees, you can feel your thighs, and the energy comes up and up and up to your body. You can feel your body, you can feel the first chakra, and you can feel your ass sitting on the chair. You can feel the connection with the chair. Feel it. And from there you go up and up and up to your belly, to your womb. And I want you to take your right hand and to massage your belly, your womb. 21 times you make circles around your room. Clockwise. 21 times clockwise. 3, 4. Do it slowly. 5, 6. Take a deep breath and relax more. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Relax your belly more and more. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And now I want you to open your body, put your heart to the sky, and open your hands. Hold it for a moment. Take a deep breath and relax. Take a deep breath and relax. Take a deep breath and relax. Slowly, slowly, you bring your hands to your heart and you take your hands down. You create grounding within your heart. You take your hands from your heart down as if your heart is now have roots to the ground. You do it more time. You can feel the goosebumps and the relaxation of your body. You relax your body, your belly, and your heart. And now from our heart, we go higher. We touch our lips, open our mouth, and then we go to our third eye. We put only one finger of our right hand in the third eye. We can make spiral on our third eye, or just push it backward and look at the sky with closed eyes. And now slowly, slowly, you move your hand up on your forehead, touch your head, now with both hands, and you throw it to the sky. Your hands go to the sky, and you feel that even when you are flying high, the ground is always there. You are totally grounded. Slowly, slowly, we bring our hands to our heart. We let go of our head, look at the ground. Slowly, we open our eyes. And when we are ready, we look around and we see this amazing family with us. And imagine that we are together, hugging each other, caressing each other, being able to surrender to each other, feeling one. And now we have 7 minutes. And you know what you are going to do in these 7 minutes. Tell me. Caroline, what we are going to do.
Are we going to sing?
Yes. So, did you do it already, kind of a mix in the computer or something, or not yet?
Yeah. Well, I have 10 of us singing on the recording.
Okay, so to be honest with you, we all was not on the tone, including me. So I'll try to do it again, and then we'll send you, all of us together,